saturated surface dry. At this point in time, using the 1 quart jar, I need to weigh up exactly 1,000 grams of aggregate. If I was using a 2 quart jar for coarse aggregate purposes, then I need a 2,000 gram sample. And you can see we're being very careful about the distribution of the aggregates or keeping it representative. This is a little different than running a sieve analysis sample where we do have to maintain representation. In this case, we just need to get to that 1,000 grams by picking and choosing. Can't quite see what I'm doing. I'm picking and choosing pieces of rock so I get to a 1,000 gram sample. This is the importance of getting to a 1,000 or 2,000 gram sample size is ease of calculations as well as looking information up for percent of moisture on a table in the reference manual that we'll be discussing during the virtual class. Our next step, transfer. Now it's critical that we don't lose any material. So transfer this saturated surface dry aggregate into previously calibrated hypnometer jar. Then we come back over to the sink. And again, we're doing volume measurement, so we want to be very consistent with our calibration and this process. Fill the jar back up with water. And in this case, I'm just going to use the faucet to finish holding this up, because the jar has to be dried off again. After we add aggregate, we may get some air bubbles entrapped when adding the aggregate to the water. So our IM tells us to cover that hole and gently shake, rattle, and roll a little bit to help release those entrapped air bubbles. Which again is what I wasn't too particular about not getting the jar wet. And see there's a little bit of seepage. Taking that down just a little more. In the real world, out there, if you're ready mix or baby plants, if you've done this test procedure, most people, it tells us in the IM to mark the jar, magic marker or fingernail polish or something in the lid, so that we're closing that lid down to exactly the same spot. And again, very critical to dry off after shake, rattle, and roll. We'll dry this jar off so we don't have any excess exterior moisture. Hand it off one more time. Zeroed. The weight we're establishing now in our formula is the W weight, which is 2,118.8 grams. So you can record that on your worksheet. The S weight in this calculation, the sample weight, again, is a 1,000 gram. Or if you're using a 2 quart jar with coarse aggregate, a 2,000 gram weight, within plus or minus half a gram.